Welcome to church, all my nieces and nephews. Speaking about an entrance hall and going to a church, I think it's time for an Uncle Jason special stories. Back in the day, Uncle Jason used to be a priest, and every Sunday I would hold a sermon called "On Your Knees" to learn to ring the bell, and I'd have all my parishioners learning this very special skill, and all the good-looking ones would come to the front, and they would learn how to ring the bell. And they would sometimes confess their sins if they were singers. You know what I mean? I can't say too much more. And if they were very good at ringing the bell and confess their sins, they used to get a holy cleansing. I see the lights shining through. Definitely see the light. Talk about making it a techno house. You can party all the time with that one.
Party time?
Yeah, it's a contemporary feel. But what he hasn't said is them floors look like they're shiny and glossy. They have in the room as well. Like you mop them bad boys, right? It's gonna be like a slip and slide. It's gonna be like an ice rink. Won't be a kitchen and cooking. It'll be an ice skating kitchen. When they think of these things through these houses, they don't actually think about practical, real use in the real world. They just think, oh yeah, let's make it look good. That will be like, I'll tell you now, for nothing. That will be like a slip and slide if you mop that. Be careful if you mop them floors.
Door, we have access to the bar, but we're going to head through and show you this. So, property has had many uses over the years, one of which being a breakaway snooker and pool club. So, what better place than to have yourself a little
I'm not sure God would approve of a bar with alcohol and a pool table in a church. But if you did own a house like this, there's one thing for sure you'd definitely be sure of, is you'll definitely be potting your balls, if you know what I mean. The only thing I would say to you, please do not follow through with the white. Because that in all walks of life is never good. Yeah, I don't think God designed an altar to have a bar and a pool table and people potting their balls in it. I really don't think he did that. Tell me in the chat if you think I'm a bit, let's say, over the top on this one, but I don't think God would approve.
It's very regal.
Right, I've got to pause here. Regal. That is not regal. That looks like some like stuff from a thrift shop thrown together. How he can think he's regal? Like it is tacky as can be. It literally looks like being to a thrift shop and thrown it in there. And he's trying to say he's all regal. Really don't think he knows what regal means. Anyone who lives in a kind of regal style home want to sort of put in the comments and educate this guy, please feel free to. This bedroom is like for an old person. It's like literally just looks old fashioned as can be. Granny bedroom are us. Once upon a time, two nuns went on their bicycles to the bakery to get some bread. They got their loaves of bread, and on the way back, the first nun said, "Let's go down this path. Let's go this way back today." And they went down this lane to go back to the church, take the bread back to the vicarage. And along the way, they went along a cobbled path. And the second nun said to the first nun, "Ooh, I've not come this way before." You can tell this house will be perfect if if you're a nice vicar, if you've got lots of nuns coming. I say nuns coming round. Have it, lots of spaces to sit, lots of bedrooms to entertain. Or hold your services. What the actual... no, stop right now. That is absolutely ridiculous. It clearly is not Christmas time when this is being filmed. Why do you have a Christmas tree in a bedroom when it's not December and it's clearly well after Christmas, 12 days after Christmas? Why incarnations do you have a tree in that room? Talk about anti-luck and Christianity. You do not have a Christmas tree up unless it is nearly Christmas time. There is a thing, you do not put Christmas trees up until the 6th of November, and you should take it down just before the new year. It should not be a Christmas tree up all times of the year. I know some people love celebrating Christmas every single day and pretend it's Christmas every single day, but that is not how it is. That is just no and all shades of wrong. I cannot even tell you how ridiculous that is. God is a wonderful, wonderful being. And he gave girls intelligence. He gave them intelligence. Let me explain. Most girls have intelligent DNA inside them at one point. unfortunately, it's a shame that 90% of them spit it out. I think it's time for interesting stories. There once was a little boy called Johnny who went to Sunday school. He drew a penis on the chalkboard, and the nun came and go, "Oh goodness gracious, little Johnny, no!" And she rubbed it all off. Then the next week, next Sunday, he came back and he drew a penis on the chalkboard again, this time a little bit bigger. And the nun came and go, "Oh my goodness!" And she rubbed it all off. And on the third week, little Johnny came back into Sunday school again, and he drew an even bigger penis on the chalkboard. And the nun came and said, "Oh, Johnny, why are you drawing a penis on the chalkboard? And why are you doing this?" And then Johnny looked at the nun and said, "Miss, if you rub it, it gets bigger." And this church is really nice, but I think what you need, one thing it's missing, I've noticed, it's missing a BDSM dungeon. Not just any kind of BDS dungeon, it's missing a very special kind with a special wooden cross with some chains on it, so you can tie your partner to the cross while you have some fun, if you know what I mean. And at least if you do that, then Jesus would not be the only person in history nailed on a cross.
If not, you could just chill out and sit in these massage chairs and look at the view.
They vibrate.
Oh yeah, I did hear it correctly, yeah. Okay. So they have vibrating chairs in a church. Well, I think we know why they have them, don't we? I think this is a situation where it's called, because when you become a nun for the church, you have to take a vow of celibacy, which means, or a vow of chastity, which means you're not allowed any unholy pleasures, if you know what I mean. I can't say any more for YouTube, you know that. You're not allowed any unholy pleasures. So literally, they have to have they have to go on bicycle rides, to have the old bumpity, and they have to have vibrating chairs, let's say, to relieve all that tension they have built up from their vows they take. Okie dokie. Very interesting. Thank you, my nieces and nephews. Please subscribe and like on the way out. I'll see you next time.